everybody. Welcome to another episode of the College Football Tailgate with me, XFL Jim, joined by Eric, a.k.a. Uncle Rico. My man, what a weekend.
Good weekend. I think Mississippi State just dropped another pass. That was a fun game.
Yeah, Georgia's good. Mississippi State, I'd slot them under disappointing.
I mean, they had the kid dropped the touchdown pass to get inside the number. That was the cover right there at the back end of the fourth. My worst beat, I need to vent for a little bit, and I'm not one to vent, okay? I'm not one to vent, but I need to vent at South Florida. You score a touchdown here. You score a touchdown to get down 18. There's a minute left. There's a minute left in the game. Okay, you're not going to get two touchdowns, get two-point conversions. Just kick the extra point.
Yeah, probably should just kick the extra point.
Go for two, don't get it. I'm sitting at South Florida plus 17.5. They lose by 18. That's my vent. Navy, dude, that game's a lot closer. Navy had one of the worst closes to a half that I can ultimately remember. And they still had a chance in that game to win it.
I think that was Notre Dame kind of like laying off the brakes a little bit. But also, just escape with a win from a service academy, especially if you're a team like Notre Dame who's not very good at passing the ball.
I mean, dude, they were down by 7. They ran that trick play that was insanely underthrown, gets a pick, and then the blocked punt, dude. Like, it was – wheels just fell off fast, man. They fell off fast. But, give credit where credit is due. They battled back. They got the cover. Jimbo in hot water.
I was going to say, Texas A&M probably not making a bowl game this year?
No, they're definitely not. I mean...
No, they're out. Yeah, they are eliminated from bowl.
Jimbo's got to be in hot water.
He's got to be, right? How many transfers do we think we see out of A&M?
I think we see a ton. A ton.
I think we see a ton of transfers out of that school.
Over under 20.5. What are you doing?
For what? Transfers?
Yeah.
Are we counting flipped recruits?
No.
Then I would. That's a good number. I want to say under though. Okay. I think it's in the high teens.
I'll tell you what, man. Like this team, but he's in that spot right now where he needs to take a hard look in the mirror, and he needs to go outside the room, meaning going outside of Texas A&M, and get someone in there that can make that offense more modern. This is kind of like where Alabama had that little hiccup a couple years ago. Saban was smart enough where he looked himself in the mirror and said, I have to change to be competitive. This is where it's at for Jimbo Fisher right now. Can Jimbo do that?
Jimbo is not in the same category whatsoever. I am feeling vindicated.
No, but
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I am feeling vindicated right now. I have been slandering Jimbo Fisher for what feels like, I think since 2015.
Mm-hmm.
It feels good to be right.
Feels good. It does feel good to be right.
I've been saying he's an overrated coach for like the last 7 years.
Yeah. I mean,
I saw what he did at Florida State. After Jameis left, they were nothing.
Yeah.
And then he's done nothing at Texas A&M except bring in giant recruiting classes and disappoint.
Yep. No. I'm going to see Urban there next year, my man.
You think he ends up there?
Dude, how funny if it's Urban and he brings back Herman as the offensive coordinator, just gets the band back together.
A&M fans would be unbearable.
Dude, that would be – I think it would be hilarious, dude.
Did you catch any Alabama Ole Miss?
I saw a little bit of that. I was hanging out with my old man birthday weekend, so I went back to the MI, hung out with the old man, saw a little bit of that. Started a little rocky, but they battled back. I'm gonna say this: Bryce Young is ready for the NFL.
Oh, he's done. He's not coming back.
He's ready. He's for sure ready for the NFL. I hope the Lions get him. Really like what I'm seeing from him.
The Lions are drafting Will Levis.
Oh my God, that's my worst nightmare, dude. Uh, I do owe someone an apology. I owe TCU an apology. That was their best
Yes, you
game,
do.
their best game by far. I'm gonna say this though.
They
How do
gutted
you
it
not
out.
bench, how do you not bench Ewers at halftime?
That's a very good question.
Because
At
they
least
would be like,
Hey, Manning doesn't have to worry about who's going to start next year.
yeah, that's gonna be another somebody else in the that transfer portal. So
Oh, Ewers out. Yeah. So he will have been at 3 schools in 3 years, probably.
yeah.
Is it safe to say he might be a bust?
I mean, this
Maybe.
year he got
We didn't
hurt.
see him at Ohio State's the only thing.
And I mean, dude, he was behind CJ Stroud. You know what I mean? So it's not
That's
like he
hard to
was
say.
behind. So,
I
you
mean,
know, and who
TCU
knows?
gutted
Like
it out.
Burrow was behind. Who was Burrow behind? And then,
Haskins. He was behind Dwayne
yeah,
Haskins.
and
It's
then
true.
he went to LSU. He just became a stud. So maybe he just needs to be in the right program. So
That could be true. That could be true. I TCU is good, and they gutted it out, and they're probably going to play K State in the Big 12 championship game.
oh god, oh my god,
The thing
I
is, though,
can't.
did you take a look at TCU's schedule?
No, lay it on
So
me.
let me give it to you. Let me give it to you because I think they lose before the Big 12 championship game. So they play Baylor this coming week.
Okay,
Guess who they play the last game of the regular season?
Kansas.
No, undefeated, playoff in their eyes. The boys from Ames come down to Fort
Oh,
Worth. Iowa State, last game of the season, baby.
oh my god, that'd be great. That'd be
That's
freaking great.
this is the most Iowa State game of Iowa State games.
Oh my god, this is such an Iowa State game. Oh my god, and this am I insane? I'm to take Baylor. I'm taking Baylor. And
I
I'm
hate
gonna hate
Baylor.
it.
I'm not touching it.
I hate it.
We'll
I
get into
have
the spreads and everything later, but I'm not touching it. So TCU is locked in for the championship game. They're one of, I believe, 3 Power 5 teams that are locked in.
LSU's locked in.
LSU, is Georgia locked in, or are they not locked in yet?
I think yeah, because they beat Tennessee.
I guess technically, if they lose these next 2 weeks, they're out. So they're not locked in, but they're locked in.
Dude, Iowa could get in.
Yeah, I think Iowa could definitely get in. We're still alive there.
We're barely.
We're clinging. The Big Ten West is the most insane division. I'm trying to think. Oregon's not locked in. Washington might win the Pac-12 North.
Oh my god.
You can see a Washington USC Pac-12 matchup.
In the American, UCF, Cincinnati, Tulane, all 4-1. You know, all
SMU
5
still in the
1.
mix.
SMU and Houston somehow still 4-2.
Houston still in the mix.
Looking at the ACC, Clemson 7-0. They're locked in.
I think it's going to be UNC. I think it's going to be Clemson.
UNC has a 2-game lead, so they would have to lose two games.
Yeah, they'd have to lose the next 2 weeks. I don't see it
So
happening.
Clemson's pretty much locked in. Big 12, I mean, is pretty
Texas
much
is still technically alive. Oklahoma State is still alive.
Baylor's 4-3, but they lost to K-State, so they're probably out.
It's probably between Texas, Oklahoma State, and Kansas State, and I think Kansas State has the best shot because they play West Virginia and Kansas coming up.
The Big 10 West, you have Illinois, Iowa, Purdue, and Minnesota all 4-3.
Who fucking knows with the Big 10 West, man? I don't know.
Michigan, Ohio State, winner gets in.
Yeah, it'll come down to that game.
Mountain West, you know, we got Boise, Wyoming still doing battle. You know, and then
San
Fresno.
Jose State in it?
No, they dropped the game last week, so they're
That's what I
basically
thought.
out.
That's what I thought.
Pac-12. This site doesn't have any Pac-12 standings for some reason.
I think it's probably USC's to lose in the South.
Yeah.
And then in the North, It's got to be between Oregon and Washington, right?
Yep.
And Washington has the tiebreaker.
Yep. Looking at this, so it's interesting in the Sun Belt. Coastal has a locked in.
Yeah, Coastal's confirmed. Speaking of which, shout out Coastal for still killing it without Grayson McCall.
So we talked about this last week.
We did.
They're the fourth most winningest program.
They're awesome.
The last couple of years.
It's probably going to be them and Troy.
Well, here's the thing: if Troy loses, South Alabama's in because they're both.
Troy has the tiebreaker.
Correct. They have the tiebreaker. Correct.
So it's probably going to be Coastal versus Troy.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a Coastal future.
South Alabama future.
I know.
And I have a Georgia State future we won't talk about.
And Mac, we were just kind of wrong. It's probably going to be like, watch it be Ohio versus, I don't fucking know, Toledo probably.
Toledo, yep. Toledo's got a 2-game lead over Eastern. And Ball State in the East, Ohio's got a 1-game lead over Buffalo and Bowling Green.
Goddamn. Who would have thought the two teams we were lowest on, Buffalo and Ohio, are like in there?
I mean,
CUSA, it's got to be like UTSA and UAB, right?
Who does?
CUSA, Conference USA.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like those are your teams. That's it.
Let me Google it. Conference USA football stadium standings. All right, here we go.
Lay it on.
Going to the official site. UTSA is 6-0, and then North Texas and Western Kentucky are 5-2.
Okay. It'll probably be Western Kentucky then.
Yeah, probably.
Because I know UAB just beat North Texas last week.
Well, who won between North Texas and WKU? I think
it was Western Kentucky.
Yeah, I think the Hilltoppers got it done.
I think they did too.
Yeah, they lost.
North Texas won it 40-13. North Texas, Mean Green, baby.
Don't you have a Mean Green? No, I think we both have Mean Green futures.
Let's take a look.
I'm fucking seeing the board.
I have North Texas over 6.5 wins and a North Texas to win the CUSA at 10-1.
You know what? That's alive.
Hey, Tulane is still alive too, at 40-1.
Now, you ready to dive in these games, big man?
Well, before we dive into the games fully, this is coming out on Tuesday. The playoff rankings are tonight. Who do we think are your top 4?
I mean, based like
unchanged, right? It's Georgia. It's just unchanged.
Yeah, Georgia, Ohio State,
Michigan, TCU.
Tennessee
probably at 5.
So here's my thing. This is my question to you.
Okay.
If UNC, let's play what if.
I love doing this. I love doing this so much. Okay, so at the end of the season.
All right, season's over.
Done.
UNC has 1 loss, right?
Okay.
And who they lost to App State at the beginning of the year, right?
I don't think they lost to App State. I think they beat App State.
Oh yeah, they had the epic comeback. I'm spacing.
They lost to Notre Dame. Right.
So let's say UNC wins out.
Okay.
And wins the conference wins the ACC.
So UNC is a 1-loss ACC champion.
1-loss ACC champion. Okay.
Got it.
USC wins out.
1-loss Pac-12 champion.
1-loss Pac-12 champion.
Who'd they lose to?
USC lost to Utah.
Okay, that makes sense. That checks out.
Okay, so so those two.
Okay.
Let's say Texas A&M loses to K-State.
TCU loses to K-State?
TCU loses to K-State.
TCU is a 1-loss, and they go undefeated for the rest of the season until then?
Until the conference championship, then they lose to Kansas State.
So they're a 1-loss non-conference winner.
one loss non-conference winner, and then let's say LSU beats Georgia.
So LSU is a 2-loss SEC champion.
So
and then are we saying Ohio State just wins out too, or something like that?
We'll just say Ohio State, Michigan. We'll just say that's one.
Whichever one wins out.
Yeah, whichever one wins out.
Okay, so either one. So Big Ten's in. One of those two is in.
Yeah.
TCU's out. They're done.
TCU's out.
They're out. LSU's probably in at 2 losses.
Really?
Probably.
But
they already have them at like 6th, dude. They have them right.
So here's my thing. Like, let's say they beat Georgia. Okay.
Yeah.
And
they have them at number 7 going into this week. LSU is going to be number 6 in the country.
Jeez. So I just don't see how they put him in with 2 losses.
Well, who else do you put it? Like, I would say it'd be Ohio State.
I think if USC wins out, they're in.
Oh God, yeah. If USC wins out there, they're at 8, so they're probably going to be in the top 7 too. So if USC wins out, they're in. UNC might get left out. A 1-loss ACC champion might get left out.
That team's kind of fun though, man. God.
Oh, I love UNC. Drake May is one of the most entertaining players in the entirety of college football. Yeah, UNC they're out. A 2-loss LSU is in if they win out
over Tennessee. Because Tennessee,
they beat Georgia though. LSU beat Georgia,
but Tennessee boat raced LSU.
That's fair.
But I mean,
but win your division.
But they only had 1 loss to Georgia though.
Yeah, win your division. This is why we need expanded playoffs. There are going to be so many people that are upset. What I'm saying is Georgia wins out. Say Ohio State, Michigan wins out. TCU wins out. What happens then? So if that happens, and then you have a 1-loss USC, a 1-loss UNC, a 1-loss Tennessee. 2 of those are conference champions.
I think if you... So we're going to say Georgia wins out, right?
Georgia undefeated wins the SEC.
Okay. And then we're going to say Ohio State, Michigan. One
of them wins out.
And then does TCU win out?
TCU wins out. So those 3 are in.
So the final spot is TCU, who went.
No. The final spot is
Tennessee.
UNC at 1-loss conference champion. Tennessee 1 loss. USC 1-loss conference champion.
Okay, so I'm going to preface this by saying if that's the scenario, I think USC gets in.
I think so too.
But I think Tennessee out of those three teams is the best team.
I think Tennessee USC could be close.
Yeah.
Tennessee's defensive backs are not good at all.
USC is pretty bad on defense too.
I think it would be I think a Tennessee UNC or a Tennessee USC game would be electric.
Did you just use the term electric?
I did. Bzz, bzz, bitch.
Electric.
Let's get to picking. We'll be able to talk about college football playoffs plenty throughout the rest of the month. We got Maction, baby. Bowling Green heading to other parts of Ohio because it feels like all the MAC is in Ohio sometimes. Bowling Green's at Toledo.
These schools are literally 5 miles apart.
It's Ohio and Michigan. That's almost the entirety.
Well, no, literally, Bowling Green's base is right next to Toledo.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
Toledo is minus 15.5 over under 50. I'm gonna fuck around and bet that over.
Do it.
I'm gonna do it. Ohio at Ball State. Ohio is a 4-point road favorite over under 55. I can't get behind it. I want to bet Ohio, but I cannot bet road favorites in Maction.
Possible weather concerns. Ball State better defense. Bad weather. Defense favors the D in my eyes. Give me Ball. I'm gonna be on Ball State plus the 4. I'm gonna wait until tomorrow morning. I'll see if it drifts up to a 4.5. But I'm gonna be on Ball State here plus the 4.
I co-sign that. So at the time of this, so when this is out, Eric, if it's a 5, sign off. But
It's out.
if at the time that this is out at like whatever on Tuesday, if it's at a 4, are you still co-signing that?
Anything over 3.
Anything over 3. Okay, I like it. I like where your head's at. Eastern Michigan at Kent State. Kent State is -7.5, over under 61.5. I'm going to stick with my guts. I'm going to just do what's gotten me here in the long haul. I take Eastern Michigan and the points as a dog.
I want nothing to do with this game.
I take EMU as a dog.
I want nothing to do with this game.
That total 61.5 not looking juicy to you?
No.
Miami of Ohio at NIU.
You got to know when to fold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away.
You're the king of this. You're the king of like smart plays. You just you take your spots. Miami of Ohio at NIU. NIU is -1.5, over under 45.5. I kind of want to take NIU.
I would lean Miami of Ohio here because they need to win out to get into a bowl.
I don't think they're winning out though.
I know, but NIU's been nothing but a disappointment coming off a big win. I thought they're going to, and props to them. I thought they're going to sandbag against Western Michigan last week, beat Western Michigan. I kind of like Miami of Ohio here plus the 1.5, but I'm just going to, like you said, I want a bigger number here.
Yeah.
So I'll probably sit this one out for the time being.
The Battle of the Michigans, Western at Central. Central's -11 at home, over under 49.5.
See, here's the thing. These two schools, they literally hate each other. I grew up in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. That's the home of Central Michigan. I grew up in the shadows of Kelly Short Stadium as a young pup. And I have multiple t-shirts that say F Western. I look at it like this, and I know CMU's playing. I know they're trying to get in a bowl, and I know everything I say on this thing, look to back the team's taking a bowl. You have Western Michigan, who lost last week, who now can't play in a bowl game, getting 11 points in a rivalry game. That's just
their Super Bowl.
This is like way too many points. I'm going to sit this out. I'm going to see what this gets. But anything over 10, I'm definitely going to be on Western Michigan. Lou Nichols, last minute scratch. No idea what's going on there. I thought he was playing. I see a photo 5 minutes before the game. He's in street clothes. We don't know they haven't announced the quarterback for CMU yet. Granted, Emmanuel Jr. looked great, but they are ready for Richardson last week. You know what I mean? They weren't ready for what Emmanuel does. So I'm going to be looking for Western here, but I'm just going to sit back, kind of, assess.
It's looking like the line might tick up too.
Yeah, it's looking like we'll get more. So I'm just going to wait. No hurry, but I'm definitely going to be fading my chips.
Yeah, I'm with Uncle Rico here. Anything over 10, I probably will be betting it. I'm sitting out as of this recording. Just play the number. SMU at Tulane. Tulane in the bounce back spot is -3 at home. Over under of 6.5. Sorry, over under of 65. SMU is +140 on the money line.
See this. Oh God. See,
I know.
I really wanted Tulane to beat UCF.
So you could take SMU here.
Yeah, because Cincinnati's on deck for him. So, you know what? I'm going to lay this one out. I'm going to sit this one out.
I'm probably sitting it out too. Screw it. I'm going to bet that over. Screw it. I don't care.
Dude,
it's an SMU game.
Let's...
USF, South Florida at Tulsa. Tulsa's -13, over under of 59. USF is +390 on the money line. This game sucks.
I mean, both these teams' seasons are basically over. What are they playing for? Neither one of them can get in the bowl game. South Florida showed a little life in that first half, but I want nothing. Absolutely.
Yeah, I want zero to do with this.
You know what I mean? Why? Why would I want anything to do with this game?
We've already talked about it too much. San Diego State at New Mexico. San Diego State's a 14.5 road favorite, over under of 39.5.
Oh my God. Um,
Uh,
I mean, 14 and a half. San Diego State. Who do they have? Oh,
with
they got Air Force on deck.
that total,
That
it's
total's really
gross.
low. I want nothing to do with this game.
Yeah, I'm not touching it. Navy at Central Florida.
Okay, really quick for the people. This game is a 10 a.m. Central kickoff.
Yes.
This game is kicking off before. So you don't want a situation where you're late to the party here. This is
UCF is 16 and a half point favorites over under 53.
well, I anything over two tutties, I'm playing.
Do we just don't overthink it? Just take Navy
Just
here?
don't overthink it. Take Navy here. Got UCF coming off a big win. You know, obviously a look ahead spot to South Florida next week. So I'm kidding, but
I'm going to sprinkle some on that money line for Navy.
might as well, man. I mean,
Plus 575.
yeah, might as well. I'd do a little sprinkle there.
I'm going to do a little sprinkle sprink. Here's a game. Here's Uncle Rico's game of the week. UConn and Army. Army's minus 10, over under 43 and a half.
I think I'm gonna be on the Fighting Jim Morris, dude.
After making their way to a bowl berth? The letdown
No,
spot?
they still need one more.
No, I think they got 6.
No, they still need one more.
I thought they got 6.
Oh, you're right. They do have
Yeah,
six.
they're 6-5, baby. They're bowling.
Oh God.
This is their last game of the season. This is UConn's last game. They are not playing next week.
Yeah, I'll probably sit this one out.
And they have a bowl berth. I'm going to bet the under 43 and a half. Duke at Pitt. Pitt is minus 7.5 at home, over under 52.5, plus 250 on the money line for Duke. I'm staying away.
Why would anyone bet this game?
Why would anyone watch this game? Why would anyone subject themselves to watching Pittsburgh football? Florida.
You know who I like though? I freaking like Narduzzi, man. I have no idea why.
I love that he's like stuck to his guns, but he enjoys the most boring brand of football.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I want nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing to do here.
Florida at Vanderbilt. Florida's minus 14.5 on the road, over under 57. Plus 425 on the money line for Vandy.
Vandy coming off their first win ever.
Yeah, the first SEC win in who knows how long.
Yeah, Florida just coming off a 38-6 win with Florida State.
I kind of want to take Vanderbilt here.
Nice little sandy spot. I kind of lean toward Vandy here.
I think that line's coming down too. I'm going to take Vandy at 14.5. Illinois at Michigan. Okay. Michigan is minus 18 at home, over under 42, plus 625 on the money line. Man, I want to take Illinois here.
I'm going to take Illinois, but I'm going to wait.
You think it goes up? Do you think we'll see it? Do you think we could see a 20 by Saturday?
I think we could see a 20. I think it's possible we see a 20. They're like, look, Michigan's got whatchamacallit on deck. Ohio State on deck.
Game. Yeah, it's the game.
Yeah. Bielman's going to slow down the clock.
They had a couple of injuries last week against Nebraska.
Yeah. So I'm not saying Illinois can win, but I'm saying they could probably keep this within 17.
Speaking of, I have a sad fact for you, by the way, on this. So there is one Power 5 team, I believe, since 2015 who has not made a bowl game. Can you name that Power 5 team? Sorry, 2017. Since 2017 has not made a bowl.
Nebraska?
Yeah, they're the only Power 5 team who has not made a bowl. Think about that, though.
It's pretty bad.
That's real bad. That's
really
real bad. Indiana at Michigan State. Michigan State's minus 10.5 at home, over under of 48, plus 305 on the money line for Indiana.
I want nothing to do. Nothing to do at all.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch it. I lead Michigan State.
No, nothing to do here.
Hey, you're not going to give your Sparties credit for coming back and they're on their way probably to a bowl game?
dude, if they go to a bowl game.
I mean, they only need to win this game.
Oh,
this is their bowl berth game because I don't think they're beating Penn State next week.
No.
This is their bowl game.
God, that means Mel Tucker gets another year. Kill me.
Yeah, rough for you. UMass at Texas A&M. Texas A&M is 33-point favorite in this one, over under 47.
Is it bad? I really want to take UMass here.
You love this UMass team.
Well, I think Texas A&M's quit, dude.
I mean, they're done. They're not making a bowl.
I mean, yeah. So
I'm going to take UMass here.
I take UMass if this gets up to 35. 35 is my buy.
I'm gonna wait till Saturday, but if this is over 30, I'm still probably gonna take it.
You're a better man than I am, Jimbo.
I like to play risky. I also love fading Texas A&M. Northwestern at Purdue. Purdue is minus 20. Over under 48. Plus 725 on the money line for Northwestern. Tell me why I shouldn't take Northwestern, Eric.
I don't know. I would lean.
That's a lot. Northwestern. That's a lot of points for a Big Ten West game.
Northwestern has been putrid, but that is a lot of points, my friend.
Purdue coming off a win against Illinois. The conference is in their sights. The division, I mean, is in their sights.
Who do they got on deck? Let's see it.
I think it's Indiana.
They closed the season.
Yeah, it's Indiana. 13. Indiana.
Oh, well, not a look-ahead spot.
I mean, that's a big rivalry game.
I'm going to pass. So.
I'm going to take Northwestern. I'm going to lay it out there. Plus the 20. TCU at Baylor. TCU is a 3-point road favorite, over under 57.5. Plus 125 on the money line for Baylor. I'm going to take TCU.
I'm going to take Baylor.
I don't think Baylor's that good. I don't think they're a very good team. I think TCU could probably run all over this Baylor team, like literally in their run game.
I'm just playing the spot here, man. You just beat Texas national game. You're getting a little bit more respect. Everyone was saying that you're gonna get killed. Now you're getting the respect. You have oh my God, I'm spacing who they have on deck. It's a
Iowa
look
State.
at
Iowa State.
Yeah, Iowa State.
I don't know if I'd call that a look ahead.
No, but I mean look ahead to the conference final. That's what I meant. My bad. I'm gonna say it.
My spot is next week because TCU hates Baylor, and like Baylor's rush D is terrible. You just saw the formula when they versus Kansas State. Like they're not a good team.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna take Baylor, dude.
This is our first disagreement, I think. Louisiana Lafayette.
Well, we had a disagreement. Hey, buddy, we had a disagreement a couple weeks ago.
Hey, there's at least one every week.
I'm still waiting for you to pay up for that Busch Light chug, dude.
We're gonna do a case race at the end of the year. By the end. Louisiana Lafayette at Florida State. Florida State's minus 24 at home, over under 52. I kind of want to take Florida State here.
I want nothing to do. I mean, that was really impressive. I mean, you got to give Norvell all the credit in the world, man.
He's on a tear. Florida State's a wagon right now.
Great season. They boat raced the Qs. Florida on deck. Lafayette was a little bit better, possibly, but I want nothing to do here.
I'm probably not going to touch it, but I lean Florida State. Virginia Tech at Liberty at Liberty. Liberty is minus 10. Over under 47. Plus 280 on the money line for Vautech. I'm not touching this game.
I want nothing to do here.
Lean Liberty. I lean Liberty. Come Saturday, I might be betting Liberty. Wisconsin at Nebraska. Huh?
Jimbo's loving those big numbers, man.
I don't give a fuck. Come get me on Saturday when I'm just itching to bet. I will be taking big numbers, man. Wisconsin and Nebraska. Wisconsin's minus 13, over under 40.5, plus 390 on the money line for the Skurs. I don't touch it. The quarterback situation, Nebraska's in flux. Weird game. I don't know. I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah, that's a lot of points for Wisconsin to be laying, but you're right. Your boys have been a shit show, dude.
They're bad. They're real bad. UTSA at Rice. UTSA is minus 13 at Rice. Over under of 61, plus 360 on the money line for the Rice, for the Owls.
I'm going to say this, man.
Say it.
Hell of a season by Rice, man.
Yeah, by their standards, it's been amazing.
5-5. Hell of a season, dude. Good job. UTSA, we thought they're going to take a little step back. Still 6-0 in the conference.
They're killing.
They're in the driver's seat. Oh God!
What are we doing here, Eric?
I lean Rice, but no play.
I also lean Rice. I'm not playing it either. Houston at East Carolina. ECU is minus 6.5 at home. Over under of 67.
To me, that just seems like way too many points, man.
That does seem like a lot of points.
That just seems like way too many points. You got ECU, just coming off that emotionally draining game against Cincinnati. Houston's still playing for something, dude. I'll probably be on the Q here plus a 6.5.
You're gonna be on little Houston right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet that over 67. Houston's defense is bad. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fire off on that. Kansas State at West Virginia. Kansas State's minus 7.5. Over under a 55. Money line for West Virginia is plus 250. Man, both these teams are in fade spots.
Yeah, West Virginia coming off that big win. I'd lean West Virginia, but I'm not doing anything.
I lean West Virginia. I'm probably going to bet West Virginia on the points, but I think Kansas State gets the win in an ugly, ugly game. Washington State at Arizona. Arizona plus 4 at home. Washington State a 4-point favorite on the road. Over under of 62.5.
You know what? I don't backpack about football.
Is that's a rule you live by?
Dude, I don't know. I can't get a feel for this game. I want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I don't know this game at all. Boston College at Notre Dame. Notre Dame's minus 21, over under of 45. Am I crazy for wanting to take Boston College here?
You're not crazy at all, my friend. I would lean that way too.
I'm gonna bet Boston College plus 21. Give it to me. Put it in the.
You doing it?
I'm doing it. I might sprinkle. I might be daring enough to sprinkle.
You gonna do a little sprink?
Plus 950. It's juicy. ODU at App State. App State's minus 16 at home. Over under 50.5. Plus 475 on the money line for Old Dominion.
It's just a lot of points, man.
It's a lot of points. I kind of want to take ODU plus 16.
I do want to take ODU plus 16.
I'm going to take ODU plus 16.
That's on the radius right now. It's on the radius.
I did it. You think he gets to 17? Because I don't.
Maybe. I don't know.
Akron at Buffalo. Buffalo minus 16 at home. Over under 53.5. This is... I'm staying away. I can't bet every game. I can't bet every MAC game.
Not going to do it.
Coastal Carolina at Virginia. Virginia's minus 2 at home. Over under 44. Plus 110 on the money line for Coastal.
Look, I'm going to say what happened. We're recording Monday. It happened Sunday night. It was tragic. You had a former football player killing, brutally shooting 3 members of the Virginia football team. I'll be honest, it wouldn't shock me if the game was freaking canceled, man.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that surprising if they just decided to cancel the game. I don't think either team would be remiss from doing that. It's a terrible tragedy.
I don't know. I want nothing at all to do with
Yeah,
this
I'm
game.
not gonna touch it. Just thoughts and prayers for
everyone. You feel
just terrible.
So young, and then the more I think about it, the more pissed off I get.
It's disgusting. FAU at Middle Tennessee State. FAU is minus 6 on the road. Over under 51.5. Kind of want to take Middle Tennessee State here.
Yeah, FAU coming in on a 2-game winning streak. Western Kentucky on deck. You got Middle Tennessee
Home dog.
coming in on a 1-game winning streak with FIU on deck.
I'm gonna take
Both
Middle Tennessee.
teams needing a win to get to 6 games.
I'm gonna take Middle Tennessee State.
I kind of like Middle Tennessee State here too.
I might. You might see him again later in my little round robin that I'm going to give out on the show. Georgia at Kentucky. Georgia's minus 22.5 on the road at Kentucky, over under 49.5. I want to take Georgia.
I'm going to say this. When these NFL draft props come out, bet the under on every Will Levis prop.
They just lost to Vanderbilt.
I know. Literally just bet the under on every single Will Levis prop and call it a day.
He's going to the Lions, baby.
Dude, don't even kid around with that, dude. Dude, don't even joke. Don't even joke. And you know what? Now what's pissing me off is we suck this year, but now we've won 2 games in a row. And now we're probably going to, like, the Giants aren't that good. We could legitimately beat the Giants. We have one of the easiest schedules remaining. Watch the Lions mess around and get that last playoff spot with like 8 wins. That's gonna piss me off, dude.
Oh, that would be.
And we end up drafting Anthony Richardson out of Florida.
There you go. That's your guy right there.
Jesus. Oh God.
Maybe bet the over in this game. I'm not gonna touch it. La Tech at Charlotte. Louisiana Tech's minus 3 on the road, over under 65. I'm staying away.
Yeah, Charlotte's been such a disappointment this year.
Miami at Clemson, Eric. Clemson is minus 19 with an over-under of 48.
We've been talking a lot of disappointments this show.
Miami sucks.
Miami's been a huge disappointment, dude. Their quarterback was supposed to be people were making a case for a top pick in the draft. They were 5 in some polls at the beginning of the year. They're brutal. Like, they're not even going to make a bowl this year, are they?
It's the Cristobal effect. Will they not make a bowl game? Will Miami not make a bowl game? Are you serious right now? No, they'll make a bowl game.
They need to win.
They need to win one of these next 2. So,
or Florida.
Huh? No, it's Clemson or Pitt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my fault. Clemson or Pitt.
I kind of want to take Clemson here, but I'm not going to touch it. Miami's real bad.
They're really bad.
They got lucky to beat Georgia Tech last week. NC State at Louisville. Louisville's minus 4 at home, over under 45.
This line, I was going to be interested because NC State's got UNC on deck. They're laying 4?
Louisville's laying 4.
I know them getting 4, excuse me. I don't want anything to do with it. Pure pass for me.
I mean, NC State sucks. Speaking of disappointment.
They're bad.
Ohio State at Maryland. Ohio State's minus 27.5 on the road, over under of 63.5. Similar with the Michigan-Illinois take. I kind of want to take Maryland here.
If this gets over 28, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'll co-sign that. Penn State at Rutgers. Penn State minus 19.5 at Rutgers, over under 44. I'm gonna take Penn State.
I'm
gonna take Penn State.
Don't do it, Jimbo. Don't do it.
I'm taking Penn State. They just dominate bad teams.
Yeah.
South Alabama at Southern Miss. South Alabama minus 7.5 on the road, over under 45.5. I kind of want to take Southern Miss here. Over a touchdown.
No.
I'm gonna take Southern Miss to cover that at home. Texas at Kansas.
How excited for this game are you?
Texas is minus 9. I'm not excited for this Saturday when I have to eat a whole fucking key lime pie. Ingredients. Texas minus 9 on the road, over under of 63.5.
It's a lot of points, man. A lot of points. Don't really know what we're gonna get from Texas. I feel Kansas is still kind of fighting. They're still kind of on this ride.
Do you think it gets to 10 though?
Yeah, 10 will kind of be my buying point.
10 and I'm in. I also I'm gonna bet this over right now. Because Kansas' defense sucks.
Yeah.
ULM at Troy. Troy is minus 15.5, over under of 48. Nah, I'm not touching. Not touching it. I want to take ULM here, but I'm not touching it.
ULM, dude, shockingly, another one of these teams, just plugging along, dude.
They hit their win total already.
Yeah, good season for them. Good season for them.
I want to take.
I don't want anything to do with it.
If it gets to 17, if it gets to 17, I'm in.
17 would be my buying point. Yeah.
Cincinnati at Temple. Cincinnati's minus 17 at Temple. Over under of 51 plus 600 on the money line for the Owls.
Oh, this one's tempting. This one's really tempting.
It is very tempting to take Temple here,
but I'm not going to do it.
You know what? I'll do it. I'll do it for us. Put it in. Put it in the card. FIU at UTEP. UTEP minus 14. Over under of 51. I want to take UTEP. I really do. But I'm going to stay
Nothing.
away. I took the risk at Cincinnati Temple. I'm not going to do it at FIU UTEP. Iowa at Minnesota. Minnesota's minus 2.5. Over under. Have you seen this total?
32.5.
32.5.
Here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing. I'm going to take Iowa.
I'm going to take Iowa. I'm going to take Iowa on the money line.
Yeah, if it gets to 3, I'm going to take them.
I don't think it gets to 3.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think, if anything, it might get smaller. Big Ten West is wild. I think Iowa shuts down the run, and, like, I don't know. I'm not. That total is disgusting. 32.5 is obscene.
Obscene.
This will be whatever the opposite of must-watch TV is. That's what this game is. Western Kentucky at Auburn. Auburn minus 5.5. Over under 52.5. Call me crazy. I kind of want to take. I want to take Western.
I want to take Auburn, dude. I want to take Auburn so bad because they need to win out to get the bowl game. Alabama on deck.
Do you think he makes it?
Dude, I'm telling you, man.
Your favorite coach?
Dude, I love Cadillac Williams, dude. I love him, dude. But see,
away.
like, here's the thing, though. Like,
I'm staying away from this one.
Those kids would run through a wall for him.
They would.
They would run through a wall.
I can't bet this game.
Oh, God, I want to take Auburn so bad.
Arkansas State at Texas State. Texas State's minus 6 at home. Over under 51.
Not touching.
Yeah, I'm not touching this one. Georgia Tech at North Carolina. North Carolina's minus 21 at Georgia Tech. Over under of 63. I might bet that under.
I'd lean Georgia Tech.
I'm going to bet that under. Stanford at Cal. The big one. Cal's minus 4.5 at home. Over under 46.5. I'm going to take Stanford plus 4.5. This game is weird.
Yeah, I mean, Cal. Who's Cal to be laying points?
I mean, it's at home, but it's like real. They're in the same goddamn city, so who cares? Marshall at Georgia Southern. Marshall minus 4 on the road. Over under 54.
I kind of want to take Southern here. Helton's done a hell of a job.
I want to take Southern here as well. I want to take Southern here. Plus 4. Well, do we think it climbs?
It could.
It might get 5. I don't know. I like it at 4, just for the record for everybody, but I'm going to wait. Boise State at Wyoming. Big one. Boise State is minus 14 on the road at Wyoming. Over under.
Give me the Cowboys. I'm taking the Cowboys here.
That is fishy. I might take the Cowboys outright. Plus 390 on the money line.
Yeah, that's a little low. I'll take the Cowboys all day here.
Okay. I'm going to be on the Washington too. Wyoming. Tennessee at South Carolina. Tennessee is minus 22 at South Carolina with an over-under of 66.
Not touching.
I lean towards the over. I might bet that over. You know what? I've convinced myself.
Here's the thing. That's a good point. Because Tennessee is going to be going for style points now.
They're going for style points, and like South Carolina, they have these weird games in them where they can score. Like they still have Spencer Rattler, who's decent.
So
And
I would
Tennessee's going to be going for style.
Yeah.
Texas Tech and Iowa State. Iowa State minus 3.5 at home. Over under 48.
I want nothing to do with this game.
Yeah, I want negative to do with this game. Ole Miss at Arkansas. Ole Miss is minus 2.5 on the road at Arkansas. Over under of 61. I also want nothing to do with this game because I don't know the quarterback status for Arkansas. I don't think KJ's playing.
Why isn't he playing?
I think he's hurt. I think he's banged up.
I heard a rumor is because he didn't want to get hurt for the draft.
Oh, soft. That's soft.
I'm
not touching it.
As soon as they got rid, who is the guy who started the game?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Horn something, whatever.
Yeah, Hornsby or whatever. He didn't look good at all. The guy they put in Africa looked a little bit better, but you're right. Without knowing what's going on, this is nothing to do. This gets over 3. I'm going to be tempted because Ole Miss has Mississippi State on deck.
Oh yeah, if it gets over 3, I might dabble. Yeah. New Mexico State at Missouri. Missouri's minus 28 with an over under of 46. Not touching it. Oklahoma State at Oklahoma. Bedlam, baby. Oklahoma is minus 7.5 with an over under of 64.5 plus 255 on the money. Spencer Sanders played in it last week,
which totally shocked me.
So is he just hurt? Like, is he just in pain? Is it just like a pain tolerance issue?
I think it's just a pain tolerance thing with him.
He's gonna play.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Oklahoma State. And I'm going to take the over.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he's playing like this, he's not going pro. Right? Sanders?
No, he'll be in the CFL.
I don't even know if I think he just retires. I think college is his, he's laid it all on the line. He's been at Oklahoma State for 20 years. He's playing, they're winning. Give me Oklahoma State straight up plus 255. Give it to me.
You're on it?
I'm on it. I'm on that shit. Syracuse at Wake Forest. Wake minus 10. Over under 55.5. Plus 290 on the money line for Syracuse. I don't want to touch it.
I just Googled it. Wow, this person has Sanders insanely low on his quarterback rankings for the NFL.
I mean, I've seen him in college. I don't think he'd be a good pro quarterback.
It's kind of funny.
What are we feeling with Syracuse Wake, Uncle Rico?
Sorry, buddy. I got distracted.
You got wrapped up in that Spencer Sanders.
Dude, I want to. This is a pass here. I'd lead to the over.
Yeah, I lean towards the over as well. 55.5 does seem a little low for a Wake game. USC at UCLA.
See, this is the one, dude.
Minus 1.5 for USC. Did you peep that total? 75 for the over-under.
Give me the home dog.
The Pac-12 fully cannibalizes itself here.
Yep. Give me mayhem.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on UCLA too. Colorado State at Air Force. Air Force is minus 22 with an over-under of 44.
I lean the over.
Yeah, I lean over, but I'm not touching it right now. Colorado at Washington. Washington is minus 31 at home.
I want nothing to do with
under of 64.
Absolutely nothing to do with
this. Yeah, this is kind of like an immovable object meeting an impenetrable force. Whatever both those, I don't care. I fucked that up. Colorado is my auto fade team of the year. They suck. They are awful. But Washington is on the letdown of all letdown spots.
Yep.
Staying away. UAB at LSU. LSU is minus 14.5 with an over-under of 52.5. God, can the Blazers do it?
I feel if this game was at noon, I think they'd have a better chance.
Yeah, it's a night game in Death Valley. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it.
I don't want anything to do with it.
San Jose State at Utah State. San Jose State -3 on the road. Over under 51.
I'd lean to no play in the game.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Fresno State at Nevada. Fresno -22.5 on the road. Over under 53.5.
Nothing. Too many points, man.
That's too many points. Utah at Oregon. Oregon's -3. Over under 61.
Pac-12 after dark, baby. Pac-12 after dark.
Do we bet this over?
I kind of have to bet the over, and I kind of want to take the Utah. But see, this is kind of
I bet that over.
Like why the Pac-12 is in the position that they're in, like losing prestige teams. This is a top 15 matchup, and it's at 10:30 East Coast time, where hardly anyone's going to see it.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, I'm going to watch the hell out of it. But you got to, like, if you're the Pac-12, you got to be putting these games on at, like, 2.
Like, this should be the Oregon, this should be the Colorado, whoever Colorado's playing. You know what I mean? Like,
this should be, like, flexed to, like, a 2 p.m. local time.
Yeah, this is just bad. I mean, at least, like, with USC, UCLA, that's a primetime game. Okay, I get that. I understand that. But this game right here, this should be the lead into that game.
It should.
You know what I mean? Like, it makes zero sense what they're doing.
Because the Pac-12 is a pretty deep conference.
Yep.
It's got some good-ass teams, and they just don't like showing them off.
But this is the point. This is why USC is leaving. This is why UCLA is leaving, because they don't get the East Coast stuff. Going to the Big Ten, they're going to get more prestige times, more prime time. They're going to always be featured in that 3:30 slot, in that that 7 p.m. slot. So
exactly. We only got one more game on the slate, Eric. UNLV heading to the island.
Give me the rainbow.
Hawaii game, baby. UNLV's -11 on the road at the island, over under 57. Give me Hawaii. Too many points.
Yeah, I like Hawaii too.
Too many points to be laying on the island. What are you, crazy?
It's way too many points.
I will say I will have a couple madman plays for the people. Here's my max. I'm just betting. I will say this. I'm going to parlay every over in Maction. That's happening. So, Bowling Green, Toledo, over 50. Ohio, Ball State, over 55. Eastern Michigan, Kent State, over 61.5. Miami of Ohio, Northern Illinois, over 45.5. Western Michigan, Central Michigan, over 49.5. Those are parlayed together. Now it's time to build the round robin, baby. It's time, Eric.
It's time.
It's time. And I'm going to get weird with it this week. How weird do you ask? Pretty fucking weird. God.
The only thing I really like right now is Baylor and UCLA.
I'm not touching Baylor. I hate it. UCLA will be in there. What about Houston?
Kind of like Houston too. Kind of like Wyoming too.
Get a little Houston in there. This is gonna be stupid. This is gonna be dumb, and I'm gonna love every second of it. This is me warning everybody, by the way, about how stupid this is probably gonna be. Especially you, Uncle Rico. I don't want to hear any judgment from you.
Okay.
But it's gonna get weird. It's gonna get very weird. Gosh dang it. What was I looking for? Oh, Iowa. I'm going to get Iowa in there.
You like Iowa?
I like it. We both liked Iowa.
All right.
I don't need that tone. Oh, God. I got 2 more in the slot. Let me get. Oh, shit. Where'd UCLA go? There's UCLA. Oh my God! I need one more team, Eric. Give me a team.
Wyoming.
I thought I already had them. Maybe I didn't. Okay, so rate this on a disgusting scale because this is pretty gross. Iowa, straight up. These are all money line plays.
Love it.
Houston,
Love it.
UCLA,
Love it.
Wyoming,
Dirty dog. Love it.
Oklahoma State,
Like it.
UConn,
Oh, that's filthy.
Navy,
Oh my God.
and the grossest of them all, Northwestern over Purdue.
Jesus Christ. Dude, how much does that parlay hit if you put $5 on it?
If I put $5 on it,
Yeah.
like $245,000.
Hashtag Bovada not paying you.
Hashtag Bovada not pay. Hashtag I'm only putting $1 down, so they'll pay out that much, right?
Yeah.
$1 to win 49 G's.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gross. That's gross. I did it for the people. It's in. It's locked in.
Do you just feel like a dirty old man right now?
I feel like I'm made of cigarette smoke sitting in a dirty sports book right now.
Love it. I love it.
Feels good.
I love it,
good.
Jimbo.
That'll do it, folks. That's the college football tailgate. That is Uncle Rico. Where can the people find you, my man?
eTalk21 on the Twitter, eTalk21 Sports on the Gram and TikTok. And a little later on today, the eTalk21 show comes out. My boy Sterling from Silver Star Sports is going to be on. We're going to be talking a little NFL.
You've been killing it with the NFL lately, bro.
Dude, NFL and college, have been really good this year, and look to finish off the season strong.
Hey, we only got one more game of CFL left too.
You've been killing the board at CFL, my friend.
Got one more game left, buddy. You guys know where to find me at XFL Gym everywhere. And I'm going to be, there's definitely going to be a video out this week covering the XFL draft. This is basically like a national holiday for me. So be prepared for a lot of draft content. I'll see you guys around. We'll both see you around. Give us a like, give us a follow. We appreciate it. See you Saturday when you watch me eat all the ingredients to a key lime pie. Saturday morning. Be prepared for that.